January 23rd through the 31st reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Best message, please, for the beautiful Virgo. For the 23rd through the 31st. Best message, please. Whoa. Okay. I say they are ready. Let's see what's going on here. Unfairness. Feeling like something is very unfair right now. Definitely feeling that there's unfairity, something that's going on that you do not feel is fair. You may even have someone around you who's also feeling that this isn't fair as well. Let's see what's going on. The card coming out is challenges. So it's something that's definitely unfair right now, guys. It just feels like it's got you in challenge mode. There could be some kind of protection that's going on as well. I don't know why. It's like protection from yourself, or are you protecting another? Take that how it resonates, because it kind of feels like it could be either or. I'm in kind of a protective mode for something that's unfair that's happening to someone and myself, which has got me in a huge challenge mode. And it's almost like you're really 100% trying to maintain control of this situation, but it feels like it's kind of getting out of your hands to where it's sliding away. You can't really grasp it, but you're into this defense mode, like it doesn't matter, right? And like I said, for some of you, you might even feel like you are defending someone who's having unfairness. So really take that into consideration, because that's a huge energy. Your wish to come true is just contentment, just having the Nine of Cups. I just want this to stabilize. I want this to go away. Whatever is going on, you just want this Nine of Cups, right? You just want this, yeah. And it does feel like you're in this control area, guys, to where you just, really want to maintain the communication for contentment. That's really what it is. Like, I just need this to really justify itself. I need this to be justified, whether it's for yourself or another person. Like I said, for some of you, it feels like you are kind of protecting someone else. With the Four of Wands upside down, it does talk about the lack of support and the breakdown within the communication, as there is this transition that's coming through with the Four of Wands. So it was almost like everything that was making you happy within the Nine of Cups, or trying to get there, is just breaking down. It's becoming more conflicting than what you thought it was going to be. I think this unfairness is becoming more lack of communication than anything. I think it's really out of your control. So it's bringing in no inner harmony at all. And I think that the more messages you get out, it's like you're trying to, fix it, do what you can. It cannot be fixed. Trying to figure out these quick decisions as well, maybe to try to, persevere through this situation. I'm trying to fix this challenge. Where your strength is coming through, it's almost like, that's it. I'm going to gather this strength. That's it. There's too much conflict with maybe others, or, however it is. But this is where, and all of a sudden, you get this control. You get this courage and this passion to really focus on what's going on around you and really start standing up for the situation even more so than before. How do we know this? Because here, they're off of each other. This is where you said, that's enough. I'm done. Listen here. This is the way it's going to be. Yep. And this is going to make a cycle change and cause an ending, or the ending to it, or a new beginning. So whatever you're pulling all the courage for, guys, through this challenge, and what you feel is unfair, definitely it's taking its end as you take your stand. And this is going to be a strong stand here, Virgo. I mean, this isn't going to be just, I was standing my ground before. It's almost like, and if you have Leo in your chart, let me tell you, this is the very fierce stand. This is where you gather all your strength and everything and say, that is enough of this. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm going for the Nine of Cups. I'm done. And this is where that ending finally comes through. And you're definitely going to feel like you're getting more of your Nine of Cups, because that's it. Right? I'm putting an end to that. Yes. So this is where you get inspired, and you know, it's because this ending is finally coming, and you're finally, you know, getting the growth and getting the things that you need. This is the new change that you need. No more challenge. This is it. I've stood up for what I said. This is what it's going to be. And I say it's going to be this way. And so you have this brand new, this ending that brings in this brand new, beautiful beginning to a situation. And believe you and me, guys, this ain't waving the white flag, I'll tell you that. Not next to this strength card, you know. No, this is saying this is how it's going to be. 100. Maybe you were trying to, you know, take the stand and they had you kind of backed into a corner there for a minute. And you're, you know, weighing your pros and cons and doing all these things. But now it's like, nope, I'm done. Absolutely. So this is where the planning and the progress and the new decisions for the situation are going to be. Whether you're leaving home or, you know, leaving this situation. It feels more like maybe leaving the situation and rediscovering new ways to do situations. And it's going to be based off of the strength card. This is the way it's going to be. We're leaving the past behind, and this is the way things are going to be done now. But it's going to take everything you have, though, Virgo, to do so, right? And you know it. This is where the fierceness of you is going to come through. This is where you're going to actually stand your ground, get stabilized, and, you know, you're not going to be able to be pushed because you can't push a rock. Gotta love earth signs, right? Can't push a mountain, guys. This is where you're going to stand tall like a mountain. Push on me and I'll push back because I'm done now. See, before you're just standing your ground, right? And you're a rock. But now it's going to be like, try to move a mountain. You might be able to roll a rock, but you can't move a mountain. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, there it is. That's exactly what it is. You can roll a rock, but you can't move a mountain. Oh, man, I love that. I hope I remember that next time. That's a great saying. Because that's exactly what's happening. Wow. And that shows that fierceness, that strength in you. Man, I love that. I should remember that for all the earth signs because wow. Yeah, and this is where, you know what, it comes to the, you know, it's just like all the boundaries are clear now, so you don't have to stand that, you know, ground anymore because everybody knows where you're coming from. You know what you want, you're clear-minded about the situation, and we're perceiving from this point of view now. But you're, you know, it's like you're telling, you know, whoever or whatever was unfair, this is the way it is. This is now direct communication. Over here, it was like swift communication back and forth. And like I said before, it was kind of like, you know, with this card over here, it's kind of like lack of breakdown of communication. It's coming back and forth, but it's not the best communication. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of communication, but it's not always the best. And the reason that you stand like a mountain is because of this. This is where the conflict says, and it says it's still a breakdown communication, lack of support, and I'm like, done. I'm done. I do not want this conflict with this person. I do not want you conflicting with my person, however it is. Guys, because I do feel like for a lot of you, you are standing your ground for someone else, and you're like, I've had enough of this shit. Could be your spouse, right? Or a friend who's, you know, being judged unfairly, however it is. So it could be just an intermixed thing, or it could be just yourself, and you're telling this person, I'm done. Maybe you have to stand your ground for you and this other person, who knows. But like I said, take that how it is, but this is where you're going to cut through the bullshit and say, I'm done. I don't care what your perception is. This is the way it's going to be done. I perceive it this way. This is the way it's going to be. There is no more boundaries, and when the boundaries are there, they're going to be as clear as day and night. This is not happening anymore, and this is the most direct, you know, communication that there is. Believe you and me, there will be no lack of communication once you become this person, because at the end of the month you're saying I'm done, but you were done here. This is the way it's going to be. You look out into the world and you're saying this is the way it's going to be. Now listen up. See, once you start perceiving what it is you really truly want and really looking out there and planning things and doing what you want and discovering new ideas, you're going to cut the sword over here and say, look, I've thought about it and this is the way it's going to be. Taking action. dealing with that anymore. So whatever it is you're dealing with, my friends, it is definitely going to be out of your mouth that you are done. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Let's clarify a little bit on these cards and see what is going on. Hanging around. If you guys, it's you hanging around over here trying not to let go of the situation. You are trying your hardest to fight for this situation, not going to allow this to get away from you. In real deep thought mode over here of how you're going to fix this. Could be fixing this with a water sign. Could be Pisces, Scorpio. Could even be another earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe a Taurus. However it is, you are in fight mode over here and you are saying no. And you are giving that, you know, that page of coins is giving out that coin. It's giving out that support. It's giving out that, listen, this is what I'm doing, right? But you're not letting go of the situation. You're not allowing the ending to come at this time because you're in fight mode. You're fighting for your Nine of Cups, but you are also trying to rest. And I think that the rest, though, within this situation is more for meditative reasons. I would, it doesn't matter to me because it just feels like, you know what, I'm going to rest assured on this situation. Where I'm in a challenge mode. Oh my gosh. You guys could be challenging against a Leo, right? And you're just like, listen, I'm not going to do this with you. They're putting up a challenge. It's kind of funny that whoever you're challenging against, I also see this swords over here, this 4 swords, as they're resting easy. It's not bothering them, right? They sleep well at night while they got you all up in your head trying to put in this challenge mode. It's like, no weight on my shoulders. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. So you can be untruthful, dishonest, unfair, but not feel guilty. Could be dealing with a narcissist. Come on, guys. How else would that be? If you're in a challenge mode and they know that they're being unfair and they're being all these things, and then they're resting easy and not taking any control over the situation and don't really care, come on. Because it's kind of like their way or the highway. They don't care, but they'll put up that fight. And they have no problems coming at you or this other person or you and this other person together, however it is, and they rest easy about it. Like, no, it's fine. I can sit over here, argue with you, fight about you, and make you put up your wants all day long, but it doesn't hurt me. I go straight to bed at night and rest easy. Wow. So the Page of Cups over here. Yeah. It's kind of funny because it feels like they're offering this apology. Someone's offering an apology. I kind of feel like your person over here might be a water sign, and I kind of feels like, I don't know, you guys will know who that is. It's kind of a weird energy because it feels like maybe one person's apologizing, but it feels like maybe another one is apologizing as well. But you have somebody who's apologizing to you. But the apology is very, with the Page of Cups up, right side up, it is very apologetic and it feels very truthful. It's just, it feels, I don't know, guys. It feels like you have three people here. It's just so analytical that it's almost to the point to where it's like, is it believable? Look, if they're a narcissist, they can only give an apology from the way that they can see things from an analytical side. So there's no, you know what I'm saying? It's like from the heart, but is it really from the heart? And then if there's another person over here, it's almost like they might be communicating with you, apologizing to you for getting you involved within this mess with this other person. It's a Tower. Yeah. It's a Tower moment. So it's definitely the Tower, and that's where the inspiration, the Tower is what's going to inspire you. The collapse. The Tower is what's going to inspire you to become the Strength card. Because why? You're going to all of a sudden see the insight and see, I'm sorry, you guys are going to see that if this other person does try to apologize, I'm going to call them a narc at this time. They don't have to be. whatever. But once you see that they're trying to apologize and it's not 100 the way you want it, you may even notice they're not seeing that it's not as truthful. But whatever it is, the insight is going to come from this tower and from this communication. And if you end up losing someone because of this, we're going to call your person Leo. If you end up losing this person because of them, boy, is that going to be insightful. Right? But however it is, breaking down your walls is what's going to bring in this strength, because you're going to have the ability to see things all of a sudden that you've never seen before. And you're going to realize things as you're communicating with this Leo, what's really going on. You know what I mean? Like what's really behind the scenes, what their real true emotions are, or emotionless is, or however it is. But there's something that's going to be very insightful for this person who's causing all this unfairness and causing all this challenge that you've never really seen before, and it's a big, huge wake-up call. And that's where you're going to get very fierce. Thought you were in challenge mode before. Still getting 3 different people in here. I got this Scorpio. I've got a Scorpio, mostly Scorpio. I've got this Scorpio and this fire sign. So, like I said, if you know it's just you and another person, maybe they just, I don't know. But however it is, it's really going to open you up, and it's, you know, I just have to go with 3 people. Because one's apologizing that doesn't feel like a true apology. It feels very narcissistic kind of apology. And then you have one over here who really wants to offer an apology for, like, allowing you to get into this mess. Very upset, very disappointed, very in anguish. And this is where that decision comes. That's it. Boom. That's it. Right there. 2 of Swords. That's when you're just like, okay, that's it. I'm at a crossroads. Your strength is going to build. You can clearly see everything that's going on now. Yep, within this commitment. I don't care if it's friends. I don't care what it is. Within this relationship, it's, you know, however it is. But I will tell you one thing. You're going to get strong over here. This is going to cause this ending, because you're going to notice that over here, this person is, you know what, they're not who I thought they were. They're even more so than I thought they were, right? It's like, wow, you know, you put me in a challenge mode and I feel like this is unfair, but then, boy, as soon as that tower came, you really woke me up to realize what I'm really dealing with here. And if you have this third person involved and you're helping them, or you guys are involved together, you're definitely going to, you know, see it their way and have a better understanding to the situation. No matter what, you have a better situation of how this person really is. Say, listen, Leo, yeah, you want to be the emperor. So you're going to go into emperor mode. Take their, yeah. You're going to take pretty much their power away in their own way. And this is when it's kind of like, you know what, where the lack of communication was. I'm standing up strong. I've got this strength. And now I'm in boss mode. Listen to what I have to say. I'm tired of listening to what you have to say, right, about the situation. It's like quick communication and then nothing, right? Yeah. Tired of it. Look, like I said, for some of you, there's another person involved. This Scorpio. I guess it doesn't have to be a Scorpio. It's just the energy that keeps popping up. You're seeing that they're sad. You're seeing they're upset. I'm done with having this upsetness. I'm gonna fight. Judgment Day will come. That's it. And this Judgment Day is like, I'm gonna give you this second chance, but this is the way it's gonna be. Here's my boundaries. Whoa, whoa. I don't want to be there when that happens, right? High Priestess, they have lack of clarity that this is even coming. They don't see clearly. They don't see anything. And this is where you're saying, nope, I'm passionate about who I am, what I'm doing, and then you'll go straight into Virgo mode as soon as it's all done. So it's almost like, then you know what, you're going to go in, you're going to reflect upon the situation at hand as you're making all these changes. So I do feel like this reflection here is exactly how you're going to get to the queen of swords over here. This reflection, you're going to say, this is where the passion is going to be. This is how it's going to be. And I'm going to make this passionate choice, right? I'm going to reflect just before I get over here to tell you exactly the way this is going to be. Wow. Tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to be the person on the other end. I wouldn't want to be that what we call Leo at this time. Yeah, and this is going to change a lot of things, and this is going to change. This is going to change, right? And going to bring in the ace of, I'm sorry, not the ace. The 10 of coins, the happiness for the cycle change, because you're going to change everything. This cycle change is going to actually bring in better fortune for you, and a huge, huge, unpredictable change. This person is going to totally change. At the bottom of the deck, we do have 3 of swords. So, like I said, it did feel like you might have 3 people involved in this fighting. You, somebody else, and them. So, like I said, you might be fighting for them. Hoping, just tired of what they're doing. Like I said, it could be your best friend, could be whoever, could be a sibling at your parents, who knows, right? But it does feel like you are standing your ground. Like I say, guys, if there's not a third person involved, it's just you and this other person, just throw the other person away. But for most of you, it does feel like this is a huge challenge, and you're just watching this. Watching this unfold, trying to help as much as possible. It does look like you are going to win in the end. Overall card for the situation. I pretty much feel like the overall card is the Wheel of Fortune, my friends. Because that's showing, you know what, this was unpredicted, and I know exactly what it is. It's going to be all about perfect timing and keeping balance. And, guys, it's kind of funny because if you are involved with somebody else and you are watching their back and you are being their knight in shining armor, I don't care if you're male or female, it almost feels like this is exactly what it is. It kind of feels like you are being their knight in shining armor, their guardian angel at this time, trying to keep the hope and calm, over here. This is a good omen, and it is very fortunate. And those who are helping this other person and you're really standing tall, I tell you, you do have the divine watching out for you because you are doing a great job. Because I feel like this person is trying to escape this other person, and you are definitely trying to help. For those of you who do not have, there it is again, because three there. So majority, you do have third party. And this is where you're just really going to stand really tall as that emperor once again, and really put your foot down and say, this is enough of this. And it almost feels like in some ways, like this Leo is stealing this Scorpio's power. I don't know how it, but however it is, it's definitely unfair. They may be punishing them for some reason that's not fair. And then taking no accountability for it. Well, geez, you think because they're resting easy and they don't care. They're just standing strong, but they're resting easy, even though that they know they're doing something dishonest, they're doing something bad. Maybe they're just, seeing it in a different way, however it is. But it feels like unfair punishment for someone else, in which you're standing up for them. And otherwise, if that person doesn't exist, you're standing up for yourself because you're saying, I'm not going to be punished or feel guilty for you being unfair to me, right? So, no, you're not going to take away my power. I'm tired of you taking away my power, so I'm going to get strong and stand up for myself until you know more. Okay, guys. Good luck on that one. It looks like you already got luck on your side. You have the Temperance already watching over you, and you have the Wheel of Fortune with the 10 of coins, so it looks like everything's going to go in your favor. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to go in your favor, guys. It's going to go in your favor because you stand strong like a mountain. And number 2, this is all BS. And we got some karmic cards up here as well. So karma's really going to see it on your side because, anything that something is not good, it definitely will be justified in the end. Justice will come back until it's total truth, right? Okay, guys, till next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.